Hello, my name is Xanmoas, and we are back with Honkai Star Rail. Last time we did the well, we did the prison mission, and well, pretty much Furry, Megatron, and Foxy Starscream got away. So now we're waiting for part 2. In the meantime, I can do the Yunli story. Well, story mission, and maybe if I have time, I'll do Dr. Ratios as well. So let's get started. First things first. I know I should probably do this, but I'll do it last. Which one's Yunli's story? Over there, huh?
Let me stay here a little longer in this body.
Ever since March started learning swordplay from Yancheng and Yunli, her voice has been absent on the Express. I wonder how well she's progressing. Where has she been these days?
I feel like all we've done so far is check up on her. Have you seen March 7th? She didn't turn out for practice. Why don't you just message her? Who is March 7th? Helping us skip class, eh? Your friendship must be pretty solid. How about you take her spot for... That's quick moving. How about you take her spot for this training session? No thanks, I haven't seen her. If I can't find March 7th, then I can only seek out her legal guardian, which is you. I'm not a legal guardian. Nobody's talking to our guardians. Indeed, Grandpa would usually throw out all the complainers. I was ordered to instruct her in the ways of the sword. You can skip this class, but I can't skip my duty. We need to talk about your child's behavior, Sylvan. How about this? You come find me at Orm Alley. I'll wait for you. Great, looks like I'm March's mother now. Alright, Orm Alley it is. Let's go. Guyfriend's dead too.
You are. I was looking around before you got here. I already looked everywhere, but March 7th is nowhere to be found.
So no need to keep looking for March 7th. Got it. Maybe March 7th is actually...
Forget it. Let's just assume she successfully skipped class. Actually, she's been quite diligent in her swordplay practice and hasn't taken many breaks lately. I think she deserves a day off. Besides, I used to skip classes even more than her back when I was still learning. If I was in the mood, I could train for 3 days straight. But if I wasn't in the mood, none of my seniors could find me. So, I can understand where she's coming from.
So then, can I go back?
No need. I asked you to come, so I won't send you away empty-handed. Since you're here, let me treat you to some tasty food.
Cool.
I'm more interested in you today.
Why? Me interested in what? Let me be clear, I'm not learning swordplay from you.
Let's walk and talk.
Okay, but first things first, what are you doing here?
You're here! Let me show you a trick.
Hey dear, you came to play with me? Yeah, a great hero like you. Finding time to play with me can't be easy. Wanted to chat with you. How's it going in Grocery Grove? It's going great. We've been getting loads of followers since we solved that case. The Realm Keeping Commission actually got in touch with me recently and asked me to be the lawful Mythbuster Ambassador. I'm not sure why an account that deals with the occult has now become the embassy of myth-busting though. Either way, I still do a lot of related live streams. When I get the chance, the Ghost Hunting Squad are gonna get together and talk about old owl stories and try to get some tips. You still perform offline? Of course, you don't think that I'm one of those idiot streamers that gets famous online then completely forgets who I am? Do you? These days, the online world changes every minute. Going viral and getting cancelled can all happen in a blink of an eye. Acrobatics and folk arts are still where my skills lie. My dad once told me, one can go anywhere in the universe, but they must never forget where they came from. I came from Miss Yo's acrobatics troupe. Where are you originally? Originally? Honestly, I don't really remember. I ran away when I was little. I don't think this is life left on that planet anymore. All I remember is that when I was young, I lived in a huge house with an amazing garden plaza. It was about the size of Alley, actually. I also remember my dad was a great man. He taught me a lot of life lessons, although as I grew up, I realized that my dad might have been a corrupt minister. I had to take all his lessons with a pinch of salt, huh? I ran from my planet and escaped to an IPC mining planet. My siblings and I lived there for many years, but there's not much to say about it. Then finally, I came to the Xanzhou and became a little guy, the street performer you see today. The fortune teller tells me that there is wind in my blood and I'm destined to a life of wandering, but I think this is a good thing. We short life species only have a limited time and the cosmos is so vast. It would be a shame not to explore it properly. Something tells me we're gonna be dealing with her backstory later.
Lingsha told me there's tasty food in Arum Alley. Let's go there.
Dumplings and steamed buns.
Isn't the food over there?
Buns are huge.
A table for two, please.
All right, come on in. What would you like?
Well, we'll have one of everything on the menu.
The entire menu?
Do you think it'll be enough?
She's worried we won't be able to finish it all. I don't have that much money on me right now.
Don't worry, I've got enough money with me.
Yunli looks at you confidently.
Well, then I'll start making a few dishes, and if you need more, just let me know.
Thank you.
Are you sure we don't need to look for much?
No, I've thought about it. She deserves a day off.
You usually eat a lot?
Yeah, I mean, not too much, actually. Grandpa said to never be stingy when it comes to making friends. So, how big is your appetite?
I don't eat much. My stomach is a bottomless pit. Or if I can attest.
Then eat to your heart's content.
Did you just say you're interested in me?
Well, to be more precise, I'm interested in your sword.
I don't have a sword.
Yanqing mentioned you before. He said that you're not to be underestimated, and that your weapon has a unique shape. So, I've always been curious about your sword. How the weight is distributed, what material it's made of, whether it contains any special ingenia, and what kind of sword techniques you use.
Are we talking about the bat or the lance? It's not a sword, it's a baseball bat.
Seriously? A bat?
Are you still curious? Are you disappointed?
Just the opposite. This is fascinating.
You place your beloved bat, your most trusted companion, perhaps second only to the likes of March 7th, Dunhang, well to Himiko and Pum Pum, before Yunli's gaze.
So, it really is a baseball bat. Grandpa said that a sword doesn't have to be constrained by its shape. So, in a sense, your bat is a sword too. He also said that a weapon mimics its master. So, your bat actually reflects your habits in nature, you know? Let me guess. You're someone who doesn't follow the rules, enjoys improvising, and can handle yourself well against tough foes. Am I right?
Spot on. Have you been secretly filming me? Oh, you're mistaken. I always follow the rules.
Oh, really? But I never guess wrong. I've come across so many sword wielders who acted all righteous and moral, but were really just liars. Their swords always told the truth, though. They told me that their wielders were just a bunch of frauds who relied on their divine weapons for everything. I've hunted down hundreds of swords like this so far, and every single one of them has been melted down.
You're not melting baddie. Wait, you take people's swords by force and melt them down? What if you make a mistake?
Swords are more honest than words. It's much easier to judge a sword than to judge someone's words. So I rarely make mistakes.
Okay.
Just looking at a sword is not enough. Grandpa always says, words and expressions can be deceiving, but in a fight to the death, a sword's movements never lie. The war dance is just around the corner. You'll be participating, right?
Miss Yunli, for talented sword masters like you, the war dance is a perfect opportunity to show off your skills and make a name for yourself.
Who's talking?
But for people like her who have already made significant contributions to the Xianzhou, they maybe don't need to prove themselves on the war dance stage.
And who are you two?
It has been a while, Miss Nameless.
Wait, I know you?
And you are?
And you are? This is Madame Yukong's secretary.
I suppose busy people have short memories. Please let me introduce myself. I'm Shi Kui, one of the secretaries serving the Helmmaster Yukong. I apologize for interrupting your conversation. I happened to hear you discussing the war dance. And since this person is an old acquaintance, I thought I'd come and say hello.
Are you hosting any guests, Miss? What's your name?
Yes, with the war dance approaching, many guests from afar are pouring in. Mr. Pavo here is one of them. He's from the distant planet Kalevala. Mr. Pavo's planet recently joined the Pan-Cosmic Trade System. He brought his delegation here this time, not only for business, but also to return something that belongs to the Xianzhou.
Miss Shikwe, the word gift is perhaps more fitting than return. While it did once belong to the Xianzhou, we faced many tribulations to be able to deliver it here, so it should be considered a gift.
I apologize for my poor choice of words. Mr. Pavo's delegation brought a legendary Xianzhou sword that had been lost for centuries. General Huayan plans to personally thank them at the Palace of Astrum and present the sword as a prize to the champion of the war dance. Mr. Pavo and I were actually on our way there. Since you two were talking so enthusiastically about the war dance, maybe you'd be interested in joining us at the Palace of Astrum?
I guess so.
Let's head to the Palace of Astrum together.
I'm not interested in the sword, to be honest. I'll have to take a look at the sword, too.
I know, right? Thanks to March 7th skipping class, we get to join in on the fun. Grandpa always asks me to go look at swords with him, but he hasn't said anything about this one. It's really weird. But now that we're invited, let's go and check it out.
I mean, it smells fishy.
Wonderful. It's an honor to have so many people witness the sword's homecoming.
General Huayan will hold the sword gifting ceremony at the Palace of Astrum soon. Are you interested?
I feel like I should have talked to them first, but I accidentally... Well, she was right in front of me. I thought it was going to be like one of those talk to everyone moments. Guess not.
It's still early. Where to now?
There you are. Come on, let's go to the ceremony together.
Let's go. Hello, Agente.
Please allow me to offer a sincere compliment, my fair lady. Your beauty is as pure as a snow-white iris.
I see you're finally able to talk.
Well, if it isn't my dear friend. Glad to meet you again.
Who is this weirdo?
A guy who had a sore throat since Pentaconi.
Who is this knight?
I am Argenti, a member of the Knights of Beauty. I was invited as a part of the Kalevala delegation to escort the legendary Mieka Kivesa back to the Xianzhou. May I have the honor of knowing your name?
My name is Yunli.
What a beautiful name. I wonder if you have ever heard the holy name of the pure and flawless goddess Adrilla.
Unfortunately, Gente, we're not here to be swayed into your cult or religion.
Oh, you're here, Yunli. Didn't expect you to be so well informed. Well, now that you're here, don't forget your manners.
Manners. Come on. You won't find another granddaughter as polite and well-behaved as me.
Well, just remember this is a very serious ceremony. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Mr. Pavo. Now, let the sword gifting ceremony begin.
Before the ceremony officially commences, I want to express my gratitude to the Knight Argenti. Thank you for enlightening us about the sword's origin, and for escorting it here safely so that we may complete this ceremony.
It's gone.
On behalf of the Kalevalan delegation, I, Pavel Kalistaya, am here to return the legendary Mieka Kifesa to the Xianzhou Alliance, its rightful homeland.
I'm truly grateful for Kalevala's noble act of returning the sword and for the Knight of Beauty's chivalry. Now, as we gather here on the Xianzhou Laofu, I officially welcome the sword back to its homeland, Mieka Kifesa. It's a fitting name for a sword with such a legendary past. I still remember the name engraved on this sword the day it was forged. Guyin. It was forged by Hangguang, a craftsman from the Zhu Ming's Pyrojaya Forge.
Wait. Hangguang?
Although its blade is worn and cracked, its essence remains as resilient as the Xianzhou Cloud Knights. All it needs is some repairs and polishing by the skilled craftsmen of the Artisanship Commission to regain its former glory. I've decided to entrust this sword, Guyin, to the Laofu Artisanship Commission for restoration. Furthermore, it will serve as the prize for the champion of the Laofu War Dance. This sword will be wielded against abominations to protect our homeland and live up to the mission of the Kalevalan delegation that returned it from so far away.
Thank you, General. It is an honor for Kalevala.
Now, esteemed knight and delegation members, please head to the Artisanship Commission, where...
No! This sword was forged by Hangguang.
Yunli! These esteemed guests have brought back your father's last work. Where are your manners?
Oh, I didn't realize this sword was actually forged by your father. Returning it to its rightful owner is,
Grandpa, give me that cursed sword right now! I'll melt away the remnants of that man's curse once and for all!
Calm down, Yunli. A cursed sword? Maybe I shouldn't react.
Don't be rude, Yunli. Apologize to our esteemed guests from afar.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making a scene. But I have to melt down this cursed sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands.
Yunli, please, go for now.
I feel like something like this should have been mentioned to her beforehand.
This is exactly why I didn't want Yunli to know about this. I didn't want to create trouble, but trouble found its way here anyway. Perhaps it really is divine intervention. Could you, please, keep an eye on Yunli for me?
Good thing. I'll make sure she doesn't get in trouble. General, is it really my place to get involved in your family matters?
Don't worry about it. I need your help on this. I apologize for the unfortunate interruption. Let us move on with the ceremony.
The fervent plea of... never mind.
Unless I'm mistaken, Yunli should be around here somewhere.
We didn't even get to see the sword.
Nothing in this report makes sense.
There she is. Serve a bit more.
Stop watching me and say something.
Poor thing, are you crying?
If you want, I can make you cry too. Did Grandpa send you to look for me?
I would offer tissues, but I don't think I carry any.
I bet he did.
Oh, so now you're a mind reader. Actually, I'm here because I care about you.
Really? Thank you. Just so you know, I'm here just waiting for the perfect moment to snatch that sword. And once I have it, I'll melt it down before anyone can react. Don't even think about stopping me. No one can stop me.
No one can help you if you don't explain what's going on. You think I'm just going to let you cause more trouble?
Grandpa sent you here. Surely he doesn't want you to help me. Have you heard of cursed swords? That sword is one.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of cursed swords. So it's a sword that's been cursed. So is it like a sacred sword that's been corrupted?
You've clearly heard a lot of folk tales. But that's not the kind of cursed sword I'm talking about. A cursed sword lets anyone, even a complete novice, wield it with insane skill. Just by holding the hilt, even the weakest rookie can brandish it with incredible speed and strength.
With stuff like that, my son could graduate in just one day. So why can I buy one? That's similar to the one Yang Qing got a while back. What was it, doing an event? Yeah, it was a ghost one. And it let him possess him. Why isn't that an option here? Oh, I know that sword. With stuff like that, my son could graduate in just one day.
I'm not joking around. And I'm not making up some crazy story.
No, I believe you. I've seen it happen before.
While a cursed sword grants instant abilities to its wielder, it comes at a cost. It's like continuously adding fuel to the forge. With each swing, the sword drains the wielder's blood and essence. Day by day, the fuel will run out, leaving nothing but an empty husk. Soon enough, it will no longer be a person wielding a sword, but a mindless, killing machine, consumed by bloodlust and murderous thoughts.
I feel like we've seen this. Yeah, that's it. That's it. This sounds oddly familiar.
I wonder if you've ever heard of a creature called a heliobus. It loves to feed on human emotions and memories, and excels at manipulating its hosts. There was a lunatic swordsmith who infused metal blades with heliobi, as he was obsessed with turning weapons into living things. And this is how cursed swords were made.
So Ganyan is one of the cursed swords, so your father sealed a helobus inside that sword?
I know, I shouldn't have caused a scene at the sword gifting ceremony. But I've thought this through. If I don't make a fuss now, that cursed sword will cause a whole lot more trouble. So it's better if it's me causing the trouble. By the way, aren't they supposed to be taking the sword to the Artisanship Commission for repairs? Why haven't they come out yet? Any ideas?
Probably snuck out the back. Maybe there are other ways out of the palace of Ostrom.
Looks like they're not going to show up here. I'll just head straight to the Artisanship Commission. It doesn't matter why Grandpa chose that sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands. I'll track down every single sword he forged and melt them down one after another. Just like I've been doing all these years. I have to go now.
Is she planning to sneak into the Artisanship Commission and steal that sword?
Yes. We've just been through
Maybe I
that.
should keep an eye on her.
Let's go steal a sword.
The Artisanship Commission is so big. Where could she be?
Hello, you two.
Just a while ago, a girl came up to me, all fierce and demanding directions. She said she's a member of the Artisanship Commission. Do you know her?
No idea who she is. If she really works here, how can she not know her way around?
I know her. She's from the Jianzhou Shuming Artisan Commission. Was she carrying a massive sword?
Oh, I see. That explains it then.
Explains what? It explains nothing at all.
She said something like, I'm a member of the Artisanship Commission. Where do you keep your precious stuff? I got scared and pointed her toward Master Gongshu's warehouse, where he stores his arumatons.
Wait, why did you give her directions? What if she's planning to steal something?
Let's cut to the chase. Where did she go?
Where else? Like I said, she was headed straight for the warehouse, where all the valuable arumatons are.
Yeah, that place is filled with Master Gongshu's precious arumatons. I bet they'll give her a hard time.
You're a bitch. So teleport.
What are you doing here? Look, if I get into trouble, it's my problem. I don't want to drag you into it.
This is really the time to talk about that. I promise your grandpa that I keep an eye on you.
Fine. Let's smash these metal cans first. Then we can talk.
Someone else take this one? Nice job!
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
Stand in position. Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
Treason.
Attack detected.
Take your positions.
It's on me.
Still the same old.
All in.
This is more than a battle.
Set the seas ablaze!
Watch your head.
Stay in step. The mood is set. Just let the show begin.
Firefly to fight to live! You'll make good practice. Yeah! Awesome! Time to show you Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's this?
Lower your weapon. Attack detected.
All in.
Attack! Criminal.
Just the one, huh?
That was the last of them. Thank you for helping me out.
No problem.
This place is heavily guarded. But there's nothing but arumatons. Where is the arsenal?
You've been misled.
Seems like not even those craftsmen know where the arsenal is. At this rate, we won't find anything. And Grandpa might take me away before I can do anything. You're not really here to help me. You're here to stop me, right?
I just destroyed a robot for you. Of course I'm here to stop you. I can't just stand there and watch you get into trouble. You know this cursed sword isn't just your problem.
No. It's not. Grandpa made a promise to the delegation, and going back on his word would tarnish his reputation and make things difficult for the Lofu. But leaving that cursed sword here will also make things difficult for the Lofu. So all things considered, the best outcome is for me to melt that sword down and take all the blame. You probably think I'm being impulsive and unreasonable, right?
About 50-50. Well, I just feel that you're too obsessed with cursed swords. So you are self-aware after all.
Hey! I'm not always like this. It's all because of that cursed sword.
Why don't you just tell me everything?
Look. I owe you an explanation. But this isn't the best place to talk. We need to find somewhere else. Let me be clear, though. I'm still pretty riled up. This is just a temporary break.
Sure.
I already told you about Guyan. The sword that was returned during the ceremony. It's a cursed sword, with a heliobus inside. And Hongguang, the swordsmith who forged it, is my father. I rarely mention his name to anyone other than Grandpa. Maybe, like you said, I've been avoiding having to talk about him. But as long as my mission to hunt down cursed swords continues, it's impossible to avoid the topic forever. For some reason, I feel like I can open up to you.
I get that effect.
Honestly, I don't remember much about him. All I know is that the Pyrogyre Forge used to be a bustling place, with people from all over coming to get one of his swords. They called him the greatest master craftsman since Yingxing.
Wait.
Honestly, I don't remember much about him. All I know is that the Pyrogyre Forge used to be a
Okay, one of those incidents.
I didn't catch all the details, but I do remember seeing him forge those amazing swords, while the visitors watched with smiles on their faces. I used to believe that craftsmen brought happiness to others. The swords crafted by the Pyrogyre Forge are famed across the stars. They possess exceptional sharpness and invincibility. With these legendary weapons, even ordinary people can become skilled warriors, capable of overcoming the most formidable opponents. But then, he became obsessed with becoming a famed swordsmith, and started crossing all sorts of lines. He forged cursed swords that should never exist. And all those people who desired those twisted swords started flooding into the palace.
One moment, please. Just taking a screenshot so I have a thumbnail later. Okay.
However, just like Grandpa said, those who excel with the sword will eventually suffer by it. The palace was overrun with visitors from afar. Some left empty-handed. Others got swords that didn't fulfill their desires. And some even resorted to stealing. And in the midst of all the chaos my father created, he ended up being stabbed by one of the swords he forged.
Now what are you thinking? I will not be using this as a thumbnail.
It was so sudden and unexpected. Everything went silent for a moment. All I could hear was the sound of bones breaking and blood pouring out. I was frozen in place, unable to move. It was only when my mother pushed me away from the deadly swing of the cursed sword that I managed to escape. I don't remember much after that, except for the pounding of my heart and the sound of my own gasps of breath. I could hear the smiths in the Pyrogyre Forge shouting, "Run away, Yunli!" And the screams of agony, my tears wouldn't stop. And I couldn't see anything. I kept gasping for air until I collapsed in a pool of blood. If General Huayan hadn't arrived in time, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you now. After that, General Huayan took me in and treated me like his own granddaughter. To me, he is 100 times better than my sinful father. He taught me forging and swordsmanship. Hangguang paid for his sins, but his troubled legacy must not go unchecked. According to the records, he forged a total of 1,382 Heliobus cursed swords, and 182 of them had unique designs. When I joined the Pyrogyre Forge for training, I made a vow to hunt down all those cursed swords. So far, I found 312 of them, and Guyan will be my 313th. Like all the other cursed swords, I'll separate it from the Heliobus. Then, I'll melt it down and make it part of the Blade of Forged Remnants. I've said my piece now. Even though it'll be tough for Grandpa, I still have to melt down the sword.
The delegation calls it the Sword of Heroes. Maybe you should talk to General Hinyan about it. Also, I wish I could give you a hug, but right now, the game won't let me.
Those travelers who came seeking Hongguang's swords all came in the name of justice and honor. Most of those so-called great heroes were heartless killers. They are only called heroes because they won. Many of the cursed swords I've destroyed had honorable and grand names, too. A legendary sword and a butcher's knife are often just different ways of describing the same thing. Somehow, after talking to you, I feel like I've cooled off a bit. Well, I'll have an honest conversation with Grandpa tomorrow. And I won't take any action against Guyan until he gives me his reasons.
Don't forget to apologize to him.
Yeah. I shouldn't have done that in a public place. Anyway, thank you. We'll catch up tomorrow.
I should go back to the Palace of Astrum and tell General Huayan what happened at the Artisanship Commission.
And who are you? Who are you? Could you be him? Listen, 1 day of work, 5 days off comes with good benefits? What does that mean? I don't understand. It's dangerous here. Get down from there. Well, I'm not here to off myself. I'm just tired, so I sat down to rest. That's not right. The Hexagram said pure passerby will definitely be around here during this time. Be honest, are you pure passerby? I really am just passing by. What a waste of my time. I thought you were that person who was harassing me a few days ago with a weird username called Pure Passerby. But it turns out you were just a passerby. What a letdown. I waited for so long. What really happened? I've been an off-worlder. Outworlder. Fine, it shouldn't hurt if I told you. A few days ago, I was browsing randomly on my Jade Abacus, and there was a young man who turned adult. Yeah, he was asking if I should apply to the Divination Commission or the Artisanship Commission. I've been there before, so I gave him a brief breakdown on the pros of the Artisanship Commission. You see, the craftsmen earn their living with their craftsmanship. Wouldn't it be great to have a skill you could always rely on? Everyone in Xuanzhou knows that the Artisanship Commission oversees many projects, and as long as you work hard, you can earn a lot. If you're lucky enough to invent some kind of mechanical device and sell the patent. So although you cannot collect fees after the patent protection period expires, if you're smart about it, you can still comfortably live off the patent fees for decades. Besides, everyone in the Artisanship Commission is a craftsman. Over there, skill speaks for themselves. There's no office politics, so young people won't be at a disadvantage if they join. I responded with a well-meaning piece of advice for that kid to apply to the Artisanship Commission. Then this pure passerby guy chewed me out just for that. What was he chewing you out about? He lambasted me on almost every point I made. He reviewed the advantages of the Artisanship Commission I raised one by one, then gave me a fierce tongue lashing, saying that the most popular workplace on the Xuanzhou right now is the Divination Commission. Meh, I've won the Divination Commission myself. Why didn't I know about this? This nonsense he spouts is going to lead the kid down the wrong path. Not a coward either. We argued for a few days, but it didn't seem to lead anywhere, so I suggested we meet in person to have a face-to-face discussion. Come to the largest freight basket on the Artisanship Commission and let's talk face-to-face. I posted this publicly, so he and everyone should have seen it. He even said he'll be here. So why haven't we seen him? How would I know? I told him very clearly to meet at the largest freight Starskiff in the Artisanship Commission. Isn't that here? Maybe the imposter is too scared to come. The imposter has so little integrity, he didn't even show up. I came all this way here early in the morning by Starskiff. There's so many visitors to the Artisanship Commission in the past few days that the dock has implemented an odd, even number restriction system. It's a good thing I came early. The odd-numbered lane is the busiest stalking point in the Artisanship Commission. If I came in later, there wouldn't be any space left. Anyway, if you happen to come someone who looks like this guy, please let me know. If it's really him, I'll prepare a small gift to thank you. Okay. I'll handle that later.
My home planet made its fortune through mining.
My granddaughter didn't cause any trouble, did she, young lady?
So. Explain Yunli's situation to him.
Sorry for all this trouble. Yunli told you quite a bit. Now it's time for this old man to tell my side of the story. Guang was my beloved disciple. A rare genius not seen in the Pyrogyre Forge since Yingxing. However, talent can sometimes be a curse. He had an unusual fervor for forging, and he dreamed of forging a sword with self-awareness that surpassed that of humans. He believed it would make warriors invincible without any training. According to him, while weapons of mass destruction like Ju-Ming flames and alchemical arrows can destroy many enemies, true victory lies with soldiers who fearlessly fight, ready to lay their lives on the line. Usually, Xianzhou swordsmiths infuse a basic level of awareness into their swords to make them easier to wield. But even then, soldiers need to experience countless battles to overcome fear and sharpen their instincts. So
he thought of using Herobai to absorb emotions. So he thought of using Herobai to impart combat experience.
By infusing Heliobai into swords, he managed to forge weapons that could grant their wielders strength and valor, and even make decisions for them. However, weapons are different from regular tools. They are meant to kill, plain and simple. After countless battles, all the anger, fear, and bloodlust are soaked up by the Heliobi within the swords. The soldiers wielding them not only gain strength, but they also become consumed by the malice, turning them into puppets possessed by the swords. No matter how noble Hongwan's intentions were, those weapons, soaked in blood, turned into cursed swords eventually. Later, Outworlders got wind of what he was doing and encouraged him to keep forging cursed swords. They came up with all sorts of reasons, from taking back their kingdoms to slaying demons.
How cliche.
And you know what happened next. That massacre took her parents' lives, and the lives of many craftsmen in the Pyrogyre Forge. Yunli managed to survive, but she couldn't escape the horrors of that day.
That's why you didn't want her to see that sword.
Yes. I don't want her to spend her whole life trapped under her father's shadow. She doesn't deserve to carry the weight of his mistakes. Despite her vow to hunt down and wipe out all cursed swords, fulfilling that vow requires immense effort. Traversing the starry seas in search of the swords is like finding a needle in a haystack. And to reclaim those swords, she has to duel the bloodthirsty wielders, teetering on the edge of life and death. She has taken back over 300 cursed swords, and has suffered the same number of fatal wounds. I took her in to give her a chance at a normal childhood, not to send her on a sword-hunting journey.
But unfortunately, people find their own paths in life. And if this was what she wishes, then you can't really stop her.
Even if she manages to melt down all the cursed swords one day, what will she do with her life after?
Well, avoid making amends. Not that she has any amends to make. Does that sword really contain a hill bus?
Wu Yin is indeed one of the cursed swords forged by Han Guang.
So why are you protecting it?
Very few swordsmiths could use Heliobi as forging material, and Han Guang was one of them. His attempt came at a terrible cost.
Okay, so you're not even going to talk about that. He only plans to talk to you tomorrow.
I thought this sword could be an opportunity. I wanted to tell her that her father wasn't all evil, that even the man she resents so much managed to forge a true sword of heroes. I also wanted to find a chance to tell her about the history and origin of this sword, but not during the ceremony. As you saw, it wasn't a good time. I've instructed the Artisanship Commission to keep the sword safe in the arsenal. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask the people involved.
Okay. Master Gonshu, there's something I want to talk with you about. Oh, okay. I heard from my apprentices that a young lady with a sword barged into the Artisanship Commission. That's his granddaughter, right? Is she here? The child kidnapped me. She's calmed down now. What? She's coming to steal the sword? My nerves can't take much more of this. The Knight of Beauty just escorted the sword to the Artisanship Commission. It is currently in the armory without a chance to compromise or mishaps. You just relax. When I have time, I want to hear the girl tell my... I didn't meant me. Why she tried to steal the blade.
Since my granddaughter mentioned talking to me tomorrow, I'll be waiting for her. By the way, you watched over her for quite some time. You must be exhausted, aren't you?
Well, kind of exhausted. A pretty lady like her never gets tiring.
I'll be counting on you then.
Time to go back and find that class-skipping March 7th.
Oh yeah, I forgot about all that.
My home planet made its fortune through the line.
After finishing all, you returned to Express and came face to face with March 7th, caught skipping class. Sipping milk tea and gossiping, time slipped away unnoticed. Next day arrived. Never gonna hear the reason. You there, Sylvan? Are you able to cooperate with us for a bit? Care to come by the Artisanship Commission? Something happened to the sword? Oh, I didn't even say anything. How'd you know? That's correct. The Artisanship Commission said they received the sword yesterday from General Huyan. Today, when we checked in, the sword had vanished. Anyway, the Realm Keeping Commission is officially conducting an investigation and interrogating the relevant individuals. I told them to be careful. Do you suspect me? Come on, young lady. It's just a routine questioning. But you did attend the sword gifting ceremony yesterday at the Palace of Ostrom. And some craftsmen said they saw you at the Artisanship Commission. Anyway, anyone who's attended yesterday's ceremony and lacks a clear alibi will be considered a suspect. Craftsman also mentioned a young girl who broke into the Artisanship Commission with a sword in hand. She bears the bulk of the suspicion. Alright, enough chatter. I'll see you at the Artisanship Commission. Thanks a lot. So seriously, do I live in March 7th's room now? I mean, it seems like it.
All right, everyone is here. It's time for questioning.
Yunli, I'm sure you understand why the official called you here, right?
Yeah? But I didn't steal the sword.
I can vouch for her. If anything paused me, she wouldn't steal the sword.
Now is not the time to use your reputation like that.
Actually, now is the time for me to use that reputation, old man.
If we don't recover the sword, we will be breaking our promise to the Lawfu and betraying the delegation. We're counting on you to find the truth, Official Daha.
Yes. It's my duty to thoroughly investigate the case. Even though Yunli is firm in her words, we can't just rely on her testimony.
I bet he did it.
After everything, the sword still got stolen. They should have given it to me from the beginning.
Let's keep quiet. Yeah, I agree.
In this case of Gu Yun's theft, everyone involved seems suspicious to some extent. Miss Yunli is the main suspect. First, during the sword gifting ceremony, Yunli openly expressed her intention to steal the sword. She even mentioned it multiple times. After the ceremony, she broke into the Artisanship Commission and destroyed aromatons in an attempt to get the sword. Am I right?
Well, that one's more self-defense, but okay.
That's true.
The Realm Keeping Commission inspected the arsenal where Gu Yun was stored, and there were no signs of forced entry through the doors or windows. The only possible entrance or exit was a small window gap, just a few inches wide.
That one's your fault. Wish we had March 7th here. It's the locked room murder mystery.
If March 7th were here, she'd probably jinx it and accidentally reveal who the thief was.
The box containing Gu Yun was opened and the sword went missing. But none of the other swords in the room were touched. Which means...
The suspect knew about the box and the sword.
Well, I do know about the box and the cursed sword.
That'd be a gente.
Exactly. The suspect had a clear motive and took only Gu Yun. So, besides the ceremony participants, only the delegation members had access to the sword.
Could it be that someone from the delegation stole the sword?
In that case, why would they return it to the Xianzhou in the first place?
Maybe they regretted the decision? Everyone in the delegation has the same agenda.
That makes sense. The delegation, led by the Knight of Beauty, delivered the sword to the Artisanship Commission. The craftsmen who received it testified that they didn't take anything from the arsenal.
Could it be that Gente stole the sword?
Argenti? Oh, that Knight of Beauty. He was with the delegation when they handed over the sword to the Artisanship Commission. You might not know, but he's the one who recognized the sword's origin on Kalevala and escorted it back to the Xianzhou. In other words, he's the one who made it possible for the sword to come home.
Yeah, but he could regret it after hearing about the cursed sword.
So, he wouldn't have gone through all that trouble to bring it to the Law Fu if he wanted to keep the sword for himself, right?
Could have been that craftsman stole the sword.
Master Gongshu checked the work records, and I questioned all the craftsmen and apprentices who were on shift at the time. But I didn't find any suspicious individuals.
Could it be that I stole the sword?
So, did you steal it?
No, I didn't.
Then stop joking around.
No.
I can prove that she came to me after leaving the Artisanship Commission, so she couldn't have stolen the sword.
Put it simply, not everyone who's seen the sword has been to the Artisanship Commission, and not everyone who might want the sword has seen it. So, the only remaining suspect is Miss Yunli.
Fair enough.
So,
I didn't steal the sword.
well, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
That's like my line. No, this isn't the only remaining possibility. We might be missing something here.
If you want to prove me wrong, you'd better come up with some solid evidence.
Let me gather my thoughts. I need to help Yunli clear her name. Did we miss any clues?
Who could have thought that the Mieka Kivesa would be stolen? And that the prime suspect is General Huayan's granddaughter? Regardless, we've accomplished our mission, and now it's the Xianzhou's problem. By the way, why did that girl call it a cursed sword? It's quite upsetting.
Because it was used for mass murder. Because the sword can take over the wielder's mind. Because the sword contains an evil spirit.
That's enough, young lady. Let me get something straight. On Kalevala, this sword has always been highly revered.
And let me tell you something, old man. Shut up.
The first master of the Mieka Kivesa slew countless demons and then passed it down to a line of wise monarchs. The monarchs would heed the guidance of the hero spirits within the sword and gain insight into defeating their enemies.
Was that actually the voice of a hero bust? That's a common element in myths and legend.
What is, Helio? What? Never mind.
I'm about to Batman you off this rail if you don't talk.
The point is that the Mieka Kivesa did help the ancestors of Kalevala build a strong foundation. It's definitely not a cursed sword.
Okay, not a cursed sword.
I don't want to make things difficult for official Dahao. Let's do this his way and prove my innocence. If I can find that cursed sword, I can prove my innocence right away.
That would be too convenient. And how are you planning on finding the cursed sword? No, that would make you look like you did steal it.
There's something else bothering me. Why would the thief take the sword and leave the case behind? Did they melt down the sword like I wanted to?
Is it really that strange? Maybe the case was too much trouble.
Yeah. Maybe. But if the case was too much trouble, wouldn't it be too conspicuous to carry around the sword like that? In plain sight?
Good point, I guess.
Yes, I received your message yesterday and went to the arsenal to check on it. But when I went back this morning, all that was left was the case. I don't know anything else, so asking more questions won't help, I'm afraid.
Thank you for the follow, Tomioka-san. How's your day?
However, as the Master Artisan of the Artisanship Commission, I've got to clarify something. Even though the sword was stolen, this commission is still highly secure. Wait, no. I just remembered. My precious arumatons were smashed!
That's good to hear.
Yunli says she didn't steal the sword, and I am willing to believe her. But I know well that Yunli can be impulsive. So if she did steal the sword on a whim, I won't show her any favors. You were with Yunli yesterday, young lady, so you have the best chance to prove her innocence. Is there anything you need to ask me?
Oh yeah, and I guess this makes you my Drenia follower. I finally hit that... I finally hit the mark. Did she come to you afterward?
No, she was still mad at me, so she didn't come by. If she had come with you, she wouldn't be a suspect right now.
How was that sword delivered?
After the ceremony, Argenti carried the sword case, and together with the delegation, they were escorted by the Cloud Knights to the Artisanship Commission. The artisan there confirmed that the sword was safely stored. I'm counting on you, then.
Since when is homeless Stell a detective? Can I use a seal, Gunyun? It's indeed a sight to behold. Its beauty is radiant. Perhaps it was this very beauty that has drawn unwanted attention. Regardless, as one of the few pieces of physical evidence left at the scene, it might hold traces of the thief. Locking mechanism nestled within the case remains intact, bearing no marks of external force or tampering.
So, the thief took the sword from the case without picking the lock?
The sword case masterfully adorned with metal wires and lays, traces the pattern of lotus flowers, subtly proclaiming its origin from the illustrious Zhangzhou Shuming. You notice a few smears of red along the bottom of the sword case interior. Hard to ignore, as if it deliberately declaration of existence to those who are viewing the sword case. Sorry. Extract the red coloring from the interior of the sword case. A few petals teetering on the brink of withering, more precisely a single rose petal.
Why is this flower petal inside the case?
It was a gente. I literally have the best proof right now.
If you've found any clues, feel free to tell everyone.
I'm 100% sure Yunli didn't steal the sword.
Thank you. But I'm not sure if I can convince Mr. Daw how.
Well, I can.
100% sure. Fine. Let me go through my reasoning again, and you can interrupt if anything feels off.
My voice is like Yunli's grandpa. I don't really hear it, but maybe I'll do a comparison next time he voices.
Throughout the entire incident, there was only one suspect who broke into the Artisanship Commission, and that was Miss Yunli.
Your statement isn't quite accurate. Argenti, the delegation members, and even me, we were all at the Artisanship Commission at some point.
True. But they all left after delivering the sword. And the craftsman overseeing the handover confirmed that they couldn't have left with the sword. We looked into it as well. Before Guyun was handed over, the side crane at the entrance of the Artisanship Commission captured you leaving. But there's no record of Miss Yunli leaving.
Why would I dare leave through the main entrance after smashing the Arumatons?
Throughout the entire incident, there was only one suspect who broke into the Artisanship. Miss Yunli caused a ruckus at the Artisanship Commission, trying to take away Guyun. But you stopped her in her tracks.
What Dahao said seems right. Exactly. So at least Yunli didn't steal the sword at that time, because we were at the Arumaton warehouse.
If your testimony is reliable. I'm not implying anything, but we need to scrutinize every piece of evidence. Miss Yunli caused a ruckus at the Artisanship. After bidding farewell to you, Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole Guyun.
And how do you propose she did that?
After Yunli and I went our separate ways, I messaged Master Gongshu to inform him about the incident. And much later, Master Gongshu told me the sword was confirmed safe. So up until that point, Yunli couldn't have stolen it. Can I prove this?
After bidding farewell to you, Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole Gunyun.
Let me just double check.
After Yunli and I went our separate ways, and much later, Master Gongshu told me the sword. Can I?
After bidding farewell to you,
This is
Yunli
testimony,
you
isn't it?
messaged Master Gongshu? I had no idea. Well, that's some solid proof right there. However, it only proves the sword wasn't stolen up to that point.
Which character? At the moment, it would be Firefly. She's the best character in Star Wars, as far as I considered. It's, but I am going to be getting Fei Xiao when she comes out. And have a try at her.
I didn't do it!
After bidding farewell to you, Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole Gunyun.
Hmm.
On second thought, maybe.
Take your time. After bidding farewell to you, Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole.
What about you? What's your favorite character?
On second thought,
Take your time. After bidding
I got it right
farewell
the
to
first time, and now it's just like,
Yunli
nope.
pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole Gunyun.
Yeah, I got Akuan too. I don't have Jingu, though.
on second thought,
Take your time. After bidding farewell to you.
after Yunli and I, and much later, Master Gongshu told. Can I prove?
After bidding farewell, we haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
Looks like you're missing some crucial evidence.
There are no signs of the arsenal being broken into, so... The only real evidence is the sword case.
No, the fact that there are no signs of a break-in is suspicious in itself. Which piece of evidence should I use to convince Dahao?
We haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
I carefully examined the lock of the sword case, and there were no signs of tampering or damage.
What does that mean?
It means the case was never locked in the first
As
place.
to why the case was never locked in the first place, only the people who delivered it to the Artisanship Commission would know. Plus, I found something else inside the case. Which piece of evidence should I use to further convince Dahao?
We haven't found any other suspects or
Rose
evidence.
petal.
I found this in the crevice at the bottom of the case.
You got Aquan to E1 by luck. Yeah, that's how the banner works. The only, like, 5-star I ever got to E1 is Silverwolf.
Rose petal? Huh. Yeah, I must have missed it during the search. But why was there a petal inside the case?
How did you miss a petal?
I don't know. But I do know that wherever that Knight of Beauty goes, he always leaves behind a trail of rose petals that's almost impossible to clean up.
My thoughts are a mess. Let me sort them out. The sword case was never locked, which is evidence that only someone who delivered the sword could have done that. And the rose petal was probably left behind by that Knight of Beauty. But how did he manage to take the sword from the Artisanship Commission? Why did he steal it after returning it here? And why would he leave that petal in the case?
How am I supposed to know? That's a Gente, not me.
I know. Guyun flew out of the case on its own. The Knight of Beauty only unlocked the box to aid its escape.
Don't be ridiculous. How can a sword escape from a case on its own?
Shut up, Pavo.
You've never seen a flying sword before?
Yeah, we've seen lots of flying cursed swords.
I've only heard about the Mieka Kifesa being able to fly in legends. But even if it could fly, why would the Knight of Beauty do this?
Like I said, the sword contains a heliobus. Argenti must have been under the control of the sword. Maybe he was under its control even before you arrived on the Lofu.
Official Dahao, where can we find that knight?
Let me see. The docking location of Argenti's ship. The one and only.
Let's go. We've got to find Argenti before that sword completely takes over his mind.
I wonder if you actually get to see his ship.
It's still early. Where to now?
Success or failure?
Make your brain feel brand new.
Alright, the jig is up, Argenti. Day of month X. Oh, he happens to have a chair.
I've been waiting for you here for quite a while.
How many times am I gonna beat you up, Argenti? This is gonna be like the 5th time.
Knight of Beauty. You're the one who stole Guyun, right? Hand it over. You have no idea how dangerous that cursed sword is.
Dangerous? In my humble opinion, the real danger is always the hand wielding the weapon.
So, why steal Guyun now? So you intentionally left the rose petal behind?
Yes, I did. As a driller's knight, I've sworn to live in poverty, and I abhor theft. I had to leave behind a rose petal in order to keep my promise to Master Guyun and uphold my knightly oath.
What? What do you mean?
I agreed to assist Master Guyun in its escape from the Xianzhou. As the person who pulled it from the stone monument, captivated by its beauty, I must not let it down. I couldn't stay in the arsenal to convince the craftsmen, nor did I want to take the sword like a thief. That's why I left behind a small piece of evidence that pointed to my identity, in the hope of an open and honest conversation with you.
Well, at least it sounds like we're not gonna fight you again.
Whatever your reasons are, you're planning to take the cursed sword away from the Xianzhou. Hand it over to me!
Back then, it was the beauty of Master Guyun that impressed me. So I willingly embarked on the journey to return the sword. But unfortunately, Master Guyun's homeland is no longer the ideal place for it to return to. As a Knight of Beauty, I must not abandon it halfway.
Oh no. He's completely captivated by the power of that cursed sword.
How can we snap him out of it? It's like a devil that can mess with your mind.
That's what makes cursed swords so scary.
Captivated? No, I am touched by Master Guyun's flawless beauty. To be honest, I'm confused why none of you can understand this sword. This is quite heartrending. I've already made up my mind to take Master Guyun away from the Xianzhou.
That cursed sword has messed with your ability to think. But I'll break you free from its grip. I'll shatter its illusion. And the sword itself.
Fair lady, if you're intent on taking away this person, this sword that is under my protection, please engage me with a fair duel according to knightly etiquette. As a representative of this duel, I, Argenti, challenge you.
Never mind, I guess we are fighting him after all. A representative?
I swear on the spirit of chivalry, in front of Adrilla the Beauty, that I will represent Master Guyun in this duel. If I win, you will allow Master Guyun to leave the Xianzhou with me. And if you best me, Miss Yunli, I'll accept my defeat and turn Master Guyun over to you. Do you accept my challenge, Miss Yunli?
Fine. Let's see whose desire is stronger. Your desire to take it away, or my desire to hunt down all cursed swords. Show me what you've got. You're not going to
Yeah,
use
she's
two
not even
hands to
fighting.
fight for victory?
Well, I know a thing or two about swordplay. In a proper duel like this, a knight should rely on the skills he's honed day and night.
You're a real weirdo.
He said he is a real weirdo.
Rise to the challenge.
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Hedge your bets.
Should be fine.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
You're fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might.
No dirty trick.
All in. The flesh wound.
Firefly type full set to the sea.
I know I got the best team to take him down.
Stay in step.
I know Zichi.
Recalibrating. This is more than a battle. Fight to live!
Damn you, barrier.
Oh, I get it! Time to show you what I can. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, wasp, death!
Bear witness.
Watch your head.
The flesh wound.
I wouldn't say the best team in terms of element, but enough to destroy his ads.
Dreams do come true. The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Joining the battle. Detonate.
So the barriers suck.
You're fighting a gentleman. Confess.
Sure, I'll play along. Spend freely.
Stand in position.
All in. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Let's improvise.
Put forth all your might.
Watch your
Oh,
head.
this is not good.
Ready to shine.
Hedge your bets. It's on me.
Calibrated.
All in.
Like fire
Until everything burns to ashes! Set to the seas of flame! Awesome! You'll make good practice. Now watch this! Time to show you Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, watch this!
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Behold, this symbol of pure.
Firefly type 4 in position. Fight to live!
Take your positions.
Let the duel commence. Put forth all your might.
Watch your head.
Damn.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it
I
all.
had a problem with this team before.
Set to the seas of flame!
Confess.
Recalibrating.
Joining the battle.
I could take 10 of you! Yeah. Oh, I get it!
freely.
Bear witness to
Attack detected. Stand in position. Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live! Ready to shine. Stop!
You're fighting a gentleman.
Time to show you what Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, Wasp, dead!
Let's Xanmoas.
Okay, let's start the battle.
You're not going to use Guyan to fight for victory?
Well, I know a thing or two about swordplay. In a proper duel like this, a knight should rely on the skills he's honed day and night.
You're a real weirdo.
Burns to ashes! Set the seas ablaze!
Stay in step. The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Go to barrier first.
Sure, I'll play along. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Let the duel commence. Put forth all your might.
No dirty trick. Watch your head.
The flesh wound.
Fight to live!
Rise to the challenge.
I could take 10 of you! Stop!
Take your positions. Dreams do come true.
Confess!
All in.
Time to show you what Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, Wasp, dead! Set the seas ablaze!
Hedge your bets. It's on me.
Behold, this symbol of pure.
Yeah! Awesome! Ching!
Attack!
You're fighting a gentleman. Let's Xanmoas.
Sure, I'll play along. Watch your head. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Rise to the challenge.
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Detonate!
Until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live! You'll make good practice. Yeah!
Stay in step. Let's improvise.
This is more.
Rise to the challenge.
Attack detected!
Put forth all your might.
Jesus. Might need a different team.
It's still early. Where to now?
Success and failure are meaningless. You can't change it no matter how hard you try.
Only one real solution to finding a Gente. Fighting him with another Gente.
Stand side by side.
Night of Beauty. You're not going to use Guyan to fight for victory?
Well, I know a thing or two about swordplay. In a proper duel like this, a knight should rely on the skills he's honed day and night.
You're a real weirdo.
Set the seas ablaze!
Till I will protect all beauty. The flesh wound.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all!
Wretched and fleeting! Let the duel commence. Put forth all your might.
Watch your head!
Firefly Type 4 in fight to live!
Confess!
Set the seas aflame!
I hit the mark. Spend freely.
Behold, this symbol of pure beauty. I will protect all beauty.
Attack detected.
All in.
The flesh wound.
Hedge your bets. Ah.
Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes! This is more fight to live!
You're fighting a gentleman.
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Let thy move.
Catch up.
Until I will protect all beauty. The flesh wound.
Firefly Type sets the seas aflame!
Still the same old.
Put forth all your might.
Watch your head!
Take your positions.
The dice have been bust.
Sure, Gente, I didn't know every boss fight of you is getting harder and harder.
Dreams do come true.
It's on me.
My guiding light.
Fight to live!
Bear witness. Let the duel commence.
He wasn't this bad in Pentacoli. Now he seems to be worse.
Stay in step.
Confess.
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Put forth all your might.
All in.
The flesh wound.
Detonate.
Watch your head.
Till I see, I will protect all beauty.
Sure, I'll play along.
Beauty is eternal. Flesh wound. You're fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might.
Stand in position.
Take your positions.
He's even faster now. Damn. Great. You might kill me.
Behold, this symbol of beauty. Let the duel commence. Till I see that light, I will protect all beauty.
Hedge your bets. Spend freely. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
The flesh wound.
Until everything burns to ashes! Set the seas aflame!
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
My oath is to a solitary rose. Wretched and fleeting. The flesh wound.
Stay in step.
Let thy noise.
Recalibrating.
Forth all your might.
No dirty trick. Watch your head.
Fight to live!
Rhythm get messed up.
Sure, I'll play along. It's on me.
My guiding light. Till I will protect all beauty. Rise to the challenge.
This sets the seas aflame!
Okay, I got it.
I've lost. According to the rules of a knight's duel, I should keep my promise and hand over the sword to you.
Okay, but the next time we duel is the last.
But before I do that, I hope that you, as the winner, might have the mercy and listen to Master Guyon's past experiences.
This sword has been cursed since the day it was forged. Place it in front of me, and let me destroy it.
Do what she says, Knight.
But...
You've done so much for me already. It's time for me to face her alone. I'm weary of fighting. I just want to share my past with you. To explain why I wanted to escape. After that, I'll leave my destiny in your hands. Are you afraid to witness my past, little girl?
Afraid? Well, you do have a different aura from other cursed swords. But you're just trying to use my curiosity to lure me in.
Well, you know best that a single touch won't snatch away anyone's sanity.
Be careful, Yunli. I think it's worth a shot, Yunli.
Fine. Show me your past.
It's already impossible to contact the main Cloud Knight forces. What awaits me will be a long and lonely war.
Follow me.
What the?
Is this your memory?
One Bellbug? Oh shit, it's Calabella. This is Bellbug!
It's so cold here. I didn't feel it when I was in the thick of battle, but now it's freezing me to the bone. You're indeed a masterpiece from the Xianzhou Juming. If you hadn't taken control of my body, I probably would have been decapitated in that fight.
Quiet, and stay alert. Boris and Wolf Troopers never give up the hunt.
Hey, just relax a bit. It's been over 300 days since we were both stranded on this planet. The transmitter never rings, so I guess we can't count on that anymore. The people on this planet still use beasts to pull their carts. Obviously, there's no way they can help us fix the star skiff. Looks like we're stranded on this forsaken planet for the rest of our lives.
The rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. Are you feeling any desperation? All by yourself in this hostile world?
Yeah, a bit. Perhaps.
When things get too rough for you to handle, just leave everything to me. No need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Yeah, sure. If I really can't handle things anymore, I'll leave my body to you. But now is not that time.
Do you really think you can oppose an entire Borisan army with your limited skills? What are you holding out for?
It's true that I'm stranded here. But it seems like that Borisan pack is in the same boat. By the way, Guyon, do you know what a seed is? A seed may seem insignificant, but with careful cultivation and time, it can grow into a huge, unwavering tree. You said that the rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. You're right. That's why I intend to plant a seed named Resistance here, and nurture it for the rest of my life. I want to show the people of this land how to defend themselves against those monsters. I can already see the seed in the eyes of those people.
You really think you can do it? Why not just give me control, and we can revel in the bloodbath together?
What was the memory I just saw?
It was a memory of me and a Cloud Knight. Stranded on an unfamiliar planet. We crash-landed on a planet occupied by Borisan. Just the two of us.
I can feel that it was a lonely war.
I'm alive. But all the young people in the village...
They died. They died for you. They died because of your big promises. Promising them a life free from the Borisin. I tasted their despair before death. They didn't see it coming. And neither will you.
We can't stay here. Let's move on to the next village.
Why? What's the point? You and your sorry excuse for an army have been fighting for over 3 decades, and you haven't won a single battle. What you're sowing is not resistance, but despair. This world is hopeless. It's completely infested with packs of Borisin. You've seen their numbers, and you know their methods. And those commoners you've put your hopes in. They just kneel down and worship the monsters devouring their children and families, calling them their Beastmasters. You beheaded one of the Beastmasters for their sake, but they turned on you because they were scared of the Borisin taking revenge. You remember all that, right?
I do. I remember my first death. The Borisin cut off my head. But I also remember that if it weren't for a brave youngster who risked his neck to reattach my head and give me a proper burial, I would have disappeared completely.
Wait, what? How are you alive?
I remember everything the people did for me. They left food at the entrance of my cave, fixed my fur coat, and some even joined my resistance. The rest of the Xianzhou native's life is still terribly long, and there will be new youngsters who will stand beside me in battle. Time is on our side.
You said it was a lonely war. No. It wasn't a war filled with loneliness, but with despair. So much despair that I don't want to ever taste it again.
I'm leaving.
Where are you going, Your Highness?
I'm returning to my homeland. A distant place beyond the sky. I'm not coming back.
But what should we do with you gone? What if those wolf demons show up again?
They won't, my child. You've wiped out the last of them. But before I go, I need you to do one thing for me. Even though the wolf demons are gone, new monsters will appear in this world. Soon, a demon will appear, donning golden branches and knowing only bloodshed. However, fear not, my children. I'm entrusting you with this sword that's been with me in countless battles. Use the skills I've taught you over the years, and you'll surely defeat that last demon. But that's not all. I need you to construct a stone monument for me. It must be large and sturdy enough to seal the remains of that demon forever. This is a debt you owe me, and you must fulfill it. Do you understand?
You lied to them. And you lied to me, too.
Oh?
You promised that you'd give your body to me when you couldn't handle things anymore.
Well, this Xianzhou native's life has finally come to an end, my old friend. How about one last chance for revenge? Come and bid me farewell for the final time.
He had long since come to some understanding. I could sense a mix of intricate emotions flowing out. It wasn't bloodlust, or anger, or fear. What he had left for you was hope.
They've learned how to fight monsters. But there's still one last monster lingering in the world. Kill it, my old friend. He left me there without ever looking back.
Was he the demon? Sounds like the sickness.
Thank you, my old friend.
Yep, it was the sickness.
Heliobi can taste human emotions. How do my emotions taste? My old friend.
A hint of bitter compassion and a touch of scalding courage. Your heart's deepest desire is to end war once and for all. Now, the war is finally over. Can you hear? Even though you can't hear me anymore, my old friend, I'll do everything I can to bring an end to all conflicts in this world.
So, this is the past of the Kalevalan people's Sword of Heroes? You helped the people of that world bring an end to war?
No, I did not. I am a weapon, and I only became the cause of more conflicts. Countless monarchs of Kalevala saw me as a symbol of kingship endowed by nature, and they waged wars in order to possess me.
You essentially became Excalibur.
I grew tired of their wicked intentions. I didn't want to kill for anyone anymore, so I returned to the stone monument where my master was buried. And since then, no one was able to remove me from it.
But you allowed Argenti to take you away?
Because even after all this time, I still wanted my master to come home. During the sword gifting ceremony, I felt anguish when I learned that I would be handed over to the most skilled swordmaster and once again become a tool for killing. My master had engraved his deepest desire into my blade. End war. As a weapon, my purpose was predetermined from the start. I had to become a deadly sword that would relentlessly hack and kill. But once I fulfilled my mission, would I have the right to choose my own destiny like he did? So, I asked the Knight of Beauty to help me break free from this never-ending cycle of bloodshed.
These thousands of years have naturally turned into memories of mine. I think I understand the beauty the Knight was talking about now.
I don't want to be a sword that brings death. My war ended long ago. The years spent as a tombstone were my finest.
So it sounds like he wants to be destroyed after all.
I've told you everything about my experience with Master Guyan on Kalevala. And now, I'm sure that Miss Yunli is as moved by the sword's flawless beauty as I was back then.
Even though I had heard the legends of this sword from the delegation, delving into its memories was still fascinating. Yunli, I trust Guyan's experiences have changed your mind.
I had no idea that the sword had such a past. General Hinyan said, "This sword will change you."
That's why Grandpa hid it from me. So I wouldn't make a hasty decision.
And what a poor job that was.
I always thought
A cursed sword infused with a heliobus would only bring rage and slaughter. I never thought someone could leave behind the desire to end war, and even change the nature of the cursed sword. My position was too extreme. Guyan is truly a sword of heroes. I apologize to all of you for my behavior. I'm sorry.
Now that we've proven Miss Yunli's innocence and found the sword, should we now return it to the arsenal?
No. I'm still going to melt down this sword.
Because that's what the sword wants. Oh, Yunli. Yunli.
I've heard your true desires, Guyan. I can sense that you're tired of being a sword. Constantly serving new masters and fighting battles you no longer want to be part of. Right?
But being a sword is my destiny. I'm doomed to serve some master and fight battles endlessly. Can the wind choose to stop blowing? Can a cloud choose to stop drifting? No. It's the same for me. A creation with a predetermined destiny.
That's not true, Guyan. That nameless swordmaster shaped his own destiny. So you can too.
I just can't picture my destiny being anything other than that of a sword.
Do you remember when you stood alone in front of the swordmaster's stone monument? People admired you because you carried the memories of the hero. You were no longer a sword. You were a memorial.
Later, as I became worn and weathered, the gentle wind would pass through the hollows of my body, creating melodic tones that echoed in the distant mountains. I became a musical instrument then. I miss those times.
Can a creation become what it wants to be? The answer is yes. I'll grant your wish, Guyan, and transform you into something different.
Something different?
But this is the price for the war dance. If the Kalevalan delegation finds out... Please, say something, General Huayan.
Screw them.
Well, my granddaughter has always been stubborn. Are you really sure about this, Yunli?
What do you all think?
If that's what you want, I'm on board. You might as well ask Gunyun's opinion.
Fulfilling Master Guyan's wishes is the reason I came to the Xianzhou. With the driller's blessing, you could turn Master Guyan into a plow. But as long as it fulfills his wish to end war, I support it fully.
Then, I'll leave it to you, Yunli.
It's been an honor getting to know you like this.
The honor is mine. Thank you, Yunli.
Why the long face, my child? Are you feeling regret, perhaps? You were completely determined when melting down the sword. So, why the sudden change of heart?
Grandpa, I melted down the prize for the war dance. How are you going to explain this to the lawful?
Oh? Am I hearing right? This little girl is worried about her grandpa. Didn't see that coming.
If only I'd talked to you from the beginning, Grandpa. Maybe things wouldn't have escalated like this.
Yeah, well, it was your grandpa's fault for not telling you in the first place.
But at least Guyan got what it wanted. I have no regrets there.
When it comes to swords, you You and your father are cut from the same cloth. So, are you planning to continue melting down the rest of Hongguang's swords?
Yeah. Guyan is unique. But the other cursed swords are still too dangerous for anyone to handle. But maybe I'll try to be more patient next time.
Be more patient. Well said. Remember what you learned today, because there will be many more situations in the future that will require you to be more patient.
Understood. But what about the prize?
Well, ever since you showed up at the ceremony, I had a hunch. So I prepared another sword as a backup plan. And don't worry, this one has nothing to do with Heliobi.
That's perfect.
By the way, the ambassador from Kalevala and that knight went to Arum Alley. They're looking for a spot to honor the hero. Why don't we go take a look together?
Let's go. They're honoring the hero at a shop. A little disrespectful.
Oh, General Huayan. What brings you here?
Well, my granddaughter was inspired by the heroic legends told by the Mieka Kivesa, so she dragged me here to take a look.
What's this golden sapling?
I come from a long line of Kalevalan monument keepers. For generations, my family has guarded the stone monument left behind by the nameless hero. Over the centuries, a golden tree sprouted from under the monument, and its branches have never withered. We Kalevalans see it as proof of the hero's existence. Before leaving Kalevala, I took a branch from that golden tree, hoping to plant it here to represent the hero returning to his homeland.
That sounds good. We Xianzhou people don't make coffins or set up memorials, so I'm sure he would be happy to rest here where life is bustling.
The hero had asked our ancestors to carve something into the monument, so I made a copy of it too. While the inscription is pretty worn with age, perhaps you can still make out some of it.
I have drifted far from my homeland and am on the brink of death. Yet, I take solace in having honorably fulfilled my duties. Should you feel compassion for me, kind traveler, please take a handful of soil hence and bring it back to the Lawfu. Mr. Pavo, I wonder if that hero ever left a name in your history.
I apologize, but the hero's epic battles happened long ago, and he did not leave any name for us to call him. But in our mythology, he came from the heavens, and so we call him the Cloud Knight.
Very honorable.
Welcome home, Cloud Knight.
Now, you can also rest here, Guyan.
Until someone tries to steal it.
As a punishment for being an accomplice in this theft, General Huayan assigned me to guard this golden sapling and recite the story of the hero and this legendary sword to passers-by. This is not a punishment at all, and I gladly accepted it. Spreading the message of beauty to the Xianzhou residents is exactly what I desire. However, I plan to leave the Xianzhou soon and continue my travels. May our paths cross again in the vast cosmos, my dear friend.
Sure, but can it be on better terms for once?
Now that my mission is accomplished, the delegation will be leaving the Xianzhou Lawfu soon. But of course, the experiences here will become an epilogue to the hero's stories. This golden sapling will become a part of the everyday scenery of the Xianzhou. I believe it's what he would have wanted.
I'm feeling a bit emotional. I'd like to stay here for a while.
Sure thing.
Thank you for your guidance. I'm truly grateful. By any chance, would you be interested in taking sword lessons with me? Like March?
Maybe if the path allows it. Maybe not. I have my baseball bat. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't think I can endure the hardship.
Thank you for your guidance.
Alright, well, that was something. Yunli pretty much had an epiphany about cursed swords, and that now she was willing to be a bit more patient. And probably hear their stories to the fullest. Before melting them, of course. Poor Yunli. Alright, I think it's time to do this.
It's still early. Where to now?
Oh, of course, Sampo. Looking at the man before you, shocked that Little Pony would call him along for this. Would you consider him a friend? Oh, if it isn't Solvin, my favorite customer. You come to the right person for a proof of friendship. I'm your trustworthy old Sampo after all, right? Do you really see trust when you look in my eyes? My friend, how could you be so cruel? Think about it. Isn't the essence of friendship just mutual benefit? No matter how you look at it, our relationship meets the standard definition of friendship in every way. You pay with money, and I pay with effort. Is this not friendship in its purest, most perfect form? I can't say that sounds pure to me, but I still sense a bittersweet friendship between you. So, and how do you think you would be able to attain your proof of friendship? Staying straight to a couple good points of Sampo. That's more like it. Welcome to the adults world. Sampo, do not talk about the adults world. Last time you took me to a bar of those small race with the balls on their heads. I'm not talking about Muggles either. You're the last thing I want to hear about the adults world from. Here, Sylvan, this is what you wanted. The stuff only adults can see. Oh, got a teammate, huh? Uses a skill is an empty slot on the enemy's side. Summons one hazardous race on the enemy's side. At the same time, causes all hazardous race in the enemy's side to immediately take action. When hazardous race takes action, it will uncontrollably launch random effects such as attacking enemies and inflicting damage over time on them, beating the magician, and regenerating their energy or motivating their allies with mini-cannons and causing it to take immediate action. And how mini-cannons attack enemies, the enemy immediately takes action and suffers damage over time.
More business, eh?
Naughty child.
Okay, that's not too bad.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Time for a shot. I'm okay.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra. We're just having fun. What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
I owe you one.
Nap time.
Okay, samples looks like it could be a bit tricky. Maybe. Yep, tricky.
Time to get vigilant!
Who will it be?
What do you want to know?
Ill tidings manifest.
I'll see you off.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Who invited you? Everything is... Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing!
Memories are beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
You chose the wrong enemy. Bloom.
I owe you one.
No manners, huh?
Eternal slip.
The dead return!
Huh?
I need skill.
More business, eh? What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Who invited you? Who will it be?
What are you waiting for?
So you on?
To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Destiny isn't chosen.
Everything is where... Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing!
We're just having fun. What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra. Ooh, ouch.
I'll see you off.
What do you want to know?
Ill fate descends. Memories are beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Well, phase 2, of course.
You chose the wrong enemy. Eternal
The dead return!
No manners, huh? Huh?
tidings manifest.
More business, eh? Hey! What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Still need a little bit more.
Destiny's hand has truly blessed me.
Of course. Oh well, got it. And who's this one? Ah, Bonya. The person in the trash can standing on the platform in front of the orphanage, laughing and talking as they stare into the distance. Oh, it's been a while. Please say hello to the express crew for me when you see them. The little pony has explained the situation to me. Fortunately, it seems there is only one solution to all these recent strange happenings. Looks like we'll be counting on you once more. Piece of cake, I'm being forced to do this. But the fact that you've chosen to be here now proves that you're still willing to help Belbog resolve this problem. Wouldn't you agree? My friend, is it okay to take credit for good deeds? Just admit that you're a kind of person that is extremely concerned for others. When you mentioned the magic of friendship, so many memories came flooding back to me. Before I knew it, I've been talking non-stop for ages with Mr. Pony. Sorry for getting carried away and rambling. I was honored that you would share all this with me. This elegant young lady has made a new, like-minded friend and has been able to reunite with an old one too. Every experience is truly a proof of friendship that should be treasured. I've learned a lot through meeting all of you. Like how to unite our efforts with our hearts aligned, and how to swear in foul language. This picture of Mr. Little Pony's body, is that me? That's right, I will also inherit part of your combat style. Sylvan, are you ready? A magician uses skill. When he can, immediately causes the target to lose HP and regenerate energy. Okay. Ooh, blade in him. Ucha. Interesting. Did my stream free? No. No, it just iPad screen freezed. Ooh, I was worried for a second.
Receive divinity. I'll see you off.
Eternal sleep.
The dead return!
You impede me. Your end approaches.
Lend me your strength.
That paradise may savor it for me.
This is a bit different.
Failed to send you.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Bloom. Unnecessary. That paradise, savor it for me.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Receive divinity.
Unnecessary. Failed to send you.
Eternal sleep.
The dead return!
A blade knows no mercy.
We've entered the storm.
To guard and defend! Crush them!
That paradise may be
Get it to
sacred
go rank, I
for
guess?
me.
Sagacious discernment!
You chose the wrong enemy.
I will dispatch you. The fight is set. Failed to send you.
Okay.
Bloom. Unnecessary.
Gotta evolve it, and everyone's stronger for it.
I'll see you off. Receive divinity.
Save it for your own
Repay. Eternal sleep. The dead return!
A blade knows no mercy. Your end approaches.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength!
All will be revealed. In lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
Failed to send you. That paradise, savor it for me. I will dispatch you.
There's always a weakness. Lend me your strength!
Bloom.
Save it for your own skin. All will be revealed. In lunar flame. Ready for
Eternal sleep. The dead return!
Failed to send you.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
the redemption.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Nowhere to run.
Lend me your strength!
For your sins. All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
That paradise may savor it for me.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
Failed to send you.
Eternal sleep. The dead return! Let's settle this.
That paradise, savor it for me.
Receive divinity.
Save it for your own
Repay.
skin. All will be revealed. In lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
Bloom.
Your assistance is timely.
Eternal sleep. The dead return!
I've lost my way.
Survival, of course.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them! Lend me your strength!
Failed to send you.
All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
Calculating result. Purge initiated.
Well done.
time.
You chose the wrong enemy.
A blade knows no mercy. The fight is set. That paradise, savor it for me.
There's always a weakness. Lend me your strength.
All will be revealed in lunar flame. Ready for death.
Executing operation.
Failed to send you.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend, crush them.
Rebooting. Calculating result. Power amplification analysis complete.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend, crush them.
The dead return! Receive divinity.
Your assistance is timely.
Nowhere to run. All will be revealed in lunar flame.
Lend me your strength.
Ready for death.
Failed to send you.
Purge initiated.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend,
Bug's
crush
name's
them.
dead.
Initiating.
That paradise, savor it for me.
Let's settle this. Eternals, the dead return!
Executing operation. Value exchange threshold.
Timed. Failed to send you.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend, crush them.
All will be revealed in lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
Wait, seriously?
I will dispatch
Still going?
All will be revealed in lunar flame.
Failed to send you. That paradise, savor it for me.
Let's settle this.
Oh, close. So freaking close. One more.
It's still early. Where to now?
It's her. Seeing this human and trash can engage in heated conversation, you can't but be curious about what common language a trash can could have with a Silverman God intelligence officer. What are you two talking about? So, long time no see. Welcome back to Bellbog. I was just having a fascinating conversation with Pony. It turns out that we like a lot of the same work, and he's even generously gifted me an autograph painting. I never thought I'd see fresh new works from such an obscure fandom. I'm so happy. I should be the one thanking you for taking my recommendation, Miss Pila. What were we talking about just now? Oh, that's right. We're discussing the magic of friendship. There was once a popular anime that was all about using the magic of friendship to save the world. The characters would set out on exciting adventures with their best friends and could also wield wonderful magical techniques. I actually wrote a few fanfics about this anime too. I never imagined that this kind of magic really existed. If it's possible, I would love a chance to experience this for myself. Please tell me how I could use the magic of friendship. That will be not a problem for you, Miss Pua. It's time to test Miss Pua's proof of friendship. What do you think a girl like her should do? Share her fanfics with her friends. Yeah, that wasn't much of a secret. Is that all I need to do? This is my magic of friendship? That's right. Now you are a true magical girl, Miss Pua. It's time for you to join the real battlefield and defeat these betweenware intruders by my side. When always use the ultimates, grants 1 connect point to minicans. When kinetic points are at max, summons 4 additional minicans and immediately launches self-destructive impacts. When self-destructive impacts hit enemies with a special mark, the enemy can be immediately defeated. If the designated target is defeated, the remaining minicans will enter Ultra Gold form and immediately deliver a super self-destructive impact to deal a great amount of damage. Okay.
Enemy targets detected. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. I can do 1001. Fight as one.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
Too bad it seems to be a single target.
Welcome, customers. Secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. A 1001. Fight as one. Commencing support.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. I'm gonna hold everyone back again. Protect me. Better late than never. 1001. Fight as one.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
Okay, so that's what I was supposed to do.
Enemy targets detected. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. I can do this. Let's be friends. Welcome, customers. Yeah! Fight as one! Ready for another?
Get them! Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
There we go.
Till I will protect all beauty.
We're in trouble now. Commencing support. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
That's supposed to fight your pod.
1,000 wonders to raise. Fight as one.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all until I see. I will protect all beauty. Wretched and fleeting, I will protect all beauty. It's
50% already.
Hold everyone back again.
Get them. My guiding light. The beauty is eternal.
Enemy targets detected. Ready for another? Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Until I see. I will protect all beauty. Get them.
Mind and victory of immortality. 1,000 wonders. Fight as one.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
Let's be friends.
Wretched and fleeting. Until I will protect all beauty.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Get them.
Welcome, customers.
My oath is to a solitary.
The beauty is eternal.
Ready for another?
Get them.
Kind of wasting a lot of turns with this.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated.
Oh,
Time for a
damn
good
it,
old
Sam.
1,000 wonders to raise your. Fight as one.
Until I will protect all beauty. For a Trilla.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all. Until I will protect all beauty. Until I will protect all beauty.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. 1,000 wonders. Fight as one.
Until I will protect all beauty. Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all. Until I will protect all beauty.
Enemy data sig. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Until I will protect all beauty.
Feels like I'm getting infinite moves.
The beauty is eternal.
Till I will protect all beauty.
1,000 wonders. Fight as one! Enemy data sync net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Implementation.
Enemy data sync net
That
markers
means I'm not gonna have that luxury anymore. Nope.
Till I will protect all beauty.
This could be a problem.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
Get them.
My guiding light.
Incinerate and clean up.
You paid for that. Enemy data sync net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
1,000 wonders to raise your spirits. Fight as one! Thanks for the support.
Till I will protect all beauty. Beauty is eternal. I will protect all beauty.
Just a little bit more.
Customers?
Now commencing. Earth operations. Dare attack me. Mission failed.
Hello, Natasha. What do you want? Those shadows have disappeared, and also the magic of friendship plan is progressing very smoothly. Will you leave Bellbog? Can you come to my place one more time? Someone wants to say goodbye to you.
It's still early.
Yo, thanks to your unbreakable friendship with the people of Bellbog, these lots have been blinded by the magic of friendship. Now they have retreated back into the hiding in the betweenware, reaping as they reflect once more on how to behave properly. I don't think they'll be back to bother you again in the future. What do you plan to do from here? Hehehe, joyous times always pass so quickly. I think it's time to bid us one another farewell. In the real universe, I am no more than an ordinary trash can. In order to maintain the form you see before you, I forcibly absorbed a large amount of power from the betweenware. After this lost battle, my energy is pretty much at its end. But there is no need to be sad. I am so honored to have a chance to meet you and everyone from Bellbog, as well as fight by your side. I have no regrets. Will I be able to see you again? If you meet me again, it means that something has gone terribly wrong in the betweenware again. Looking at it this way, not seeing each other may be for the best. Although being a human gives you a great advantage in that you have the ability to dream. Perhaps we can meet again in your dreams. Ah, so panically then. Saying that, I shall remain here a while longer until the disturbance in the betweenware is completely calmed. Just in case those guys decide to come back for a second round. If you are willing to help me wipe out the remaining forces, you can come and find me here. Well then, may we meet again, my friend. Again, my dear Sylvan, have you come to fight by my side once more? How are the Dark Shadows now? They started learning from the very basics. How to speak, how to respect other people, how to not use their claws when playing. Like children in kindergarten? Or like kittens? I actually never thought about this question before. I hear it is no more than a rumor, but it is said that in the physical world there exists a trash can fairy. With their power, it could be possible for entities like me to be transformed from fantasy creatures to material beings. Although this is all just a fairy tale for my world, Fairy tales aren't something to be believed, though, are they? The power to transform a trash can into a fantasy world into a material being. If that's the case, it sounds like this trash can fairy, maybe some kind of history fiction knowledgeist? Am I able to go to your world? Great question. If everything in between where is a consciousness formed from a distortion of the physical world, then there must be a distorted version of you that already exists in my world. Of course, this is all purely theoretical. Oh great, now there's a trash can still on the loose. Alright, just gonna do a quick thing. Putting the rewards. Cool. Let's see how many I have. First, did I actually? Yeah, I did. Okay. 5,225 plus 6 golden tickets. That should be plenty for Fei Xiao. Unlike Milani, who I spent a fortune on and still haven't gotten her. Alright. Well, that was an eventful day. I couldn't do Dr. Ratio. It's getting late. I'll do his next time.